Welcome back once again to the greatest stage of all. How about that moment of perfection? Moment of perfection from Kyren Wilson, becoming only the 9th player to make a max here at the Crucible. It was absolutely brilliant. Loads of us piled in backstage, couldn't see anything, but just to hear the noise and the roar that erupted when he finished the job, absolutely superb. So he's coming back tonight to finish off his match against Ryan Day. What a cracking afternoon you have chosen to come and join us. Selt against Selby, just kick-starting on one side. And then, what an afternoon this is going to be for these two. Judd Trump, champion in 19. McGhill came within a whisker, losing out that epic decider to Kyren Wilson in 2020 en route to the final. Wow. And the winner, coming back to face Jack Lisowski. It's a horrible wait for Jack. Judd's one of his best mates. But then again, he played McGhill in the first round a couple of years ago. I think it was in 20 when McGhill was en route to the semis, and it went all the way to a 10-9 thriller. So Lisowski awaits the winner of this one. Matt Selt. Brilliant win over Graham Dott, beating another former champion to book a 4th appearance on the Crucible big stage. And how good is it to see Mark Selby playing snooker with a smile on his face once again? He's won 2 titles this season. I think he's coming back to his very best, and he'll be walking down the stairs for a 19th consecutive Crucible campaign. So that is quite some achievement. Right, mobile phones on silent, please, or switched off. I've left mine in the press room just to make absolutely sure. We've got a birthday. Apparently this person is watching on table 2. Pam, where are you? Are you in yet? Happy birthday to you, Pam. Let's give her a round of applause. Always like to hear whether you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, whatever it is, let us know. We will try and give you a shout out. Now, do I have anybody in the arena by the name of Martin or Mart? Where? I can hear a lot of shouts. Yeah, guy in the glasses. Hello. Could you pass that back, please? Right, mate, you have a pint here at the Crucible on me. 3 really good mates of mine have died in the last 18 months. One of them was called Martin. He was an absolutely brilliant bloke. Should have told him so many more times than I did what a great friend he was. So in every session I'm giving out a pint because I'm no longer able to buy a pint for my Martin. I have bought a pint for you, so please enjoy that on me. And you may notice there's a caricature of me. Yeah, the caricature's as ugly as the face is real. I'm doing, there's a couple of posters outside with a QR code. I'm doing John O'Groats to Land's End in June in memory of Stephen, Robin, Martin and George. Lost 4 good mates in the last 18 months and done eulogies for all of them. So wanted to turn that into something positive, raising money for Jessie May, which is World Snooker Tour's official charity, and the Brain Tumour charity as well. So have a little look, watch out for that on Just Giving. Right then. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you, thank you. Tell you what, there is such an energy backstage after Kyren's max. So this is so exciting, so exciting. Let's say a very good afternoon. Poised and ready for the concluding instalment of drama in this one. And he'll be back tomorrow morning to finish his first round match against Rob Milkins. A very good afternoon to Joe Perry, ladies and gents. And whilst Al, the sound man, furiously prepares his area, just about to take a seat as the 1979 UK champion, wouldn't be the same without him. A very good afternoon to John Virgo. And 2 doyens of the box and the bays ready for the opening 9 frames between Matt Selt and Mark Selby. A very good afternoon to Ken Doherty and the Nugget, Steve Davis. OK, ladies and gents, we want to set the tone for a wonderful afternoon to come. We want to remind everybody, for all the right reasons, that the Crucible is the place to be. I'm sure we have a few very proud Yorkshire men and Yorkshire women. We want to sell the City of Steel as well as the Great Crucible Theatre. So we're going to have a little practice. I'm going to meander my way over here and I'm going to finish off by saying City of Steel. Quick rehearsal, it just helps me to make sure I remember what the hell I'm supposed to be saying live on TV. And when you give it that initial roar, the four players backstage can hear you and the hairs on the back of their neck stand to attention. Because even though it'll be the 19th consecutive year that Selby's walked down the stairs for a first-round match, it means a huge amount to them each and every time. Because playing here is the very reason these guys first picked up a cue. OK, ready, fella? Something like this. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This famous old arena is still buzzing after that wonderful Wilson 147 this morning. A timely reminder that when it comes to our sport, there's nowhere that produces the drama quite like the Crucible. And we're ready to go again here in the proud City of Steel. There we go. Perfect. Superb. That will do nicely. And if you were in this morning, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. That was only the, 13th by the 9th player? You never know. Maybe we'll get close again. Well, I tell you what, that match could go close. Really looking forward to the back end of Trump and McGhill and the first instalment of Selby against Selt. And by the way, yes, on rankings, Selby should be the player coming out last. But because that match is playing to a finish, we will go Selt, Selby, McGhill, Trump. That's why we have changed the order. Not a disrespect to Mark Selby, just because the television coverage is focusing on the match that will finish. Right, phones on silent. Raise the roof for all four players. Proper gravy being here at the Crucible. Proper Yorkshire snooker gravy. It doesn't get any better than this venue. Thanks for spending your hard-earned cash. Raise the roof for all four players. We are on the BBC and Eurosport very soon. Thanks for coming.
Hello, anybody hearing me? I don't... Can you hear Ken? He's talking, and can you hear him?
Hello, Martin.
Okay, one... Yeah, because I can't hear him.
Okay, I'm going to...
Tatiana Wollaston. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This superb ancient arena is still absolutely buzzing after wonderful Wilson's 147 this morning. His moment of perfection has lit up day 5 of the Kazoo World Snooker Championship and reminded us all that when it comes to our sport, there's nowhere that delivers drama quite like the Crucible. And we're ready to go again here in the brilliant City of Steel. Please welcome a player who beat former champion Graham Dott to book his 4th appearance on the big stage. Another great run through the qualifiers. Turkish Masters runner-up, Indian Open champion. Here comes Mathew Selt. And his opponent, emerging for his 19th consecutive Crucible campaign. Winner of 2 titles this season. Great to see him smiling. Great to see him back to his very best. 4 times, of course, a champion of the world, the jester from Leicester, Mark Selby. And on table 1, here comes a player 4 frames away from a 4th successive second-round appearance. He has the perfect temperament and talent for the biggest stage of all. Winner of 2 ranking titles, here comes the Glasgow Gladiator, Anthony McGhill. And finally, to a player returning to the scene of his greatest triumph here in 2019. Can the reigning Masters champion mount a comeback and secure a 12th appearance in the second round? Here he comes with his own brand of naughty snooker, the ace in the pack, Judd Trump.
Oh, we shook hands already. Thank you. The first frame. Mark Selby to break. Thank you. Settle down, please.
So here we go. 4-time former world champion and world rank number 2. Mark Selby breaks off in this best of 19. Against Mathew Selt. It could be a right handful for Mark Selby in this match. Ranking 29. Not the best to break off from Mark Selby. Chance for red. Yeah, good shot, good opener. Delighted to have the company of almost 6 times world champion Steve Davis here. Steve, I don't know about this match. I mean, Matt Selt could prove right handful for Mark Selby. What do you think?
Yeah, well, in the last round of qualifying, that beat Graham Dott. Anybody that can beat Graham Dott over a best of 19 is some type of player. Immediately trying to get the black into open play.
6.
Got to be careful here. He doesn't lose the cue ball. into this right corner. Played it positively, but a bit unlucky that the black was knocked safe. Tougher pink into the centre.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Now, where does the pink go?
13.
He still has a red, and he could play a little cannon on the red just to the left of the pink. I like a little shot, this. And played it nicely.
14.
Good shot.
So far, so good, Kent. He's looking quite composed out there. I think these qualifying matches do help the qualifiers, don't they?
Yeah, he had a good win against Peter Lyons, and then, of course, the one that you mentioned, Graham Dott, former world champion, of course, 10-6. Watched that match on Judgment Day. Played extremely well. He's been working with Chris Henry as well, who actually used to be former coach to his opponent, Mark Selby, and a few of the other top players. Sean Murphy, of course, as well. So he's been working a lot with him. I seen him in the practice room last night, working very hard on his cue action, timing the ball. Won the Indian Open a few years ago, his first and only ranking
21.
title. But on his day, it's quite a handful. Good, steady, strong match player. And this is a good opening start from so far.
27.
That was a lot better than it probably looked. Easy for those to go wrong. Power run-throughs, not everybody's favourite shot. Made a bit easier probably on fast tables.
$28.
Well, that was an unusual shot, wasn't it? He could have easily played for the pink and gone into the reds. Was trying to get topside of the blue, but as you mentioned, it's the fast table, Steve. It's overrun quite some distance here, and this is he's saw him having a look at the angle of the blue. This is, got to be careful. Cue ball going into the pack of reds. Could open up a lot of reds here if it goes in. Yeah, lovely. Now, how's your look? It's not bad. He's got one red to the left corner.
33.
Has that black become problematic? It's not the end of the world going back up for the blue as a last resort.
$34.
Well, the pink is definitely on the black. I don't think pots, but it's on the pink nicely. Well, didn't push the cue through there nice and fluently,
40.
did he? Sort of quit on it a little bit there, Steve.
Yeah, and he had massive margin for error the other way. He really should have guaranteed being higher up the table. He had reds to the left of the pink, went into the left-hand side pocket, a corner pocket. Really no excuse for being low on this, other than a little bit of tension in the arm, possibly getting into a frame-winning situation.
Yeah, it's understandable. Now, can this red cut? No. Just
Mathew Selt, 40.
for a good cue ball and good save. It's a nice opening start from Mathew Selt, 40 break, but it could have been so much nicer. I don't know about you, Steve, but I do enjoy watching Mark Selby play, and he's got to be one of the toughest match players I think that's ever played the game. I mean, you were at the top in your pomp, one of the hardest men to play. John Higgins came along then, and then of course Mark Selby. He's such a clever player, but what a great match player, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's a snooker player, isn't he? You know, I know there are people out there that don't like the style when he gets into his granite mode, but what a competitor. I'd say Matt Selt is cut from the same cloth in many ways, but obviously every player's slightly different.
Yeah, he plays a similar type of game, but when Selby is, well, when he's playing his A game, he can score and can match with the best of them. But even if he's not at his A game, his B game, and sometimes even his C game, can win matches.
There's an example of Mark Selby's shot making. I think there's many players might have been tempted by that long red from 40 points in the rears. But the experience of playing here and knowing that sometimes making it difficult for your opponent is just as valuable a tactic. Chance to get behind green and brown here, maybe.
Oh, it's a long way away. Now, chance for Mark Selby. I think that's the problem for Matt Selt. He's got to match Mark Selby in the safety department, as well as when he gets his chance, like he did in this opening frame. But he's got to score very, very heavily to put any pressure on his opponent. If he doesn't, Selby will carve out opportunities, and more often than not, we'll take them. Chance here now.
1.
There really wasn't any pressure on that safety shot from Matt, so it completely mishit it.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't get topside of the blue. He's had to play this from mid-distance. So this is a little tester. Should get it, of course, but it's a little tester.
7.
Well, he potted it, but not on the pink as well as he would have liked.
Stay still and go on the shot. Okay. Thank you.
Not sure he can hold this. He might be able to. Little deft shot. Oh, yeah. Just nicely dabbed at that. Got the backspin on. Not a clear-cut opportunity to win the frame.
Yeah, good play on pink or black here. That's why he's coming around to have a look, see if he can pot the black and maybe leave an angle to disturb those two reds just above the black spot. Needs a bounce off that
14.
cushion. But it's still a little bit low. He's still got the one. It's just to the left of those two reds. I don't think he can go into those two reds now, so he'll have to play for the loose one.
$21. 22.
Chance now to screw back, disturb some reds. Ideally, he would have liked a little bit more angle on that pink
20.
to screw into the red nearest to the black. He tried to do that, but the backspin took a bit early.
Well, this will be some shot if he gets this. Well, good
29.
part, but I thought he was going to play it with a lot more backspin, but he's still okay. Now he's coming around to have a look at this red, just above the black. Nice pot. A little bit of reverse spin on it. Widen the angle off the cushion. Now he's come around to have a look. Does that red next to the black, does it pot? Does he have to play for another red? Oh, well. Any harder, and I don't think that middle pocket would have taken that pink there.
35.
Had to be so accurate, so the red does pot. Oh, this is a wonderful chance now.
36.
Have a look at this pink again. It didn't. It rattled a few times, didn't it? Look at that. I tell you what, Steve, so far he's crafted this break very nicely indeed, hasn't he?
Yeah.
43.
Imagine Matt Selt would have been hoping that he came unstuck a lot earlier than this.
44.
He's got to hope now that the red on the top cushion causes marks and problems.
Yeah, no. 40-point lead is quickly evaporated, and that will be his only hope, is that red that's close to the top cushion. However, for the past few
51.
days, we've seen a lot of those reds have dropped in, you know, with no problem whatsoever. So I'm sure Mark Selby
52.
has been watching and would have been aware of this. Now, pot the black, get a nice angle on this red. Doesn't want to be straight on the red. Now, these pockets have been taken, this type of shot, quite
59.
easily over the last few days, but he's got to play it at the right pace. Just gently drop the red in. He should be perfect on the black. Yeah, no problem. No
60.
problem at all. So, all there now for him. 20 points in the lead. Black will be 27, so he's going to need the yellow still. Well, he's got a nice angle to get up close to it. This has been wonderful stuff, hasn't it? Great break.
67.
Yeah, there's been times in the last couple of years that Mark Selby's looked a little bit nervy in the early stages of a match. This looks like a Mark Selby back to his mentally strongest.
Yeah, I think we've seen Mark Selby, well, some of his best snooker over the last couple of months.
69.
He won the English Open before Christmas, but won the WST Classic in his home city of Leicester just a few weeks ago. And of course, coming into this championship, you need that little bit of confidence, getting another title under your belt. And seems to have that confidence back again, and this is a great start. Really laying down a marker here.
Thank you. 72.
Matt Selt really only got himself to blame for allowing Mark Selby back into this frame, but even so, the way he's done it has been very impressive.
76. $81. 87.
So a wonderful 94 break from the former champion. Matt Selt started off with a 40. It wasn't enough. Selby reprised with 94. He takes the opening frame. He leads 1-0.
Keep the noise down, please. Thank you. The second frame, Mathew Selt to break.
Now, come around to have a look at the black. Certainly doesn't pot into the left corner. Can he pot this red and get on the black into the same pocket? Take some shot to maybe screw right across the face of the black here. Oh, he's beautiful. Great pot and wonderful control. Yeah. It's a shot. Give you great confidence. Played that nicely. Just cushioned the red. Hold the cue ball for the red into the opposite corner pocket.
Nine. $16. 17.
Yeah, just indicating which red he'd like to just stun the cue ball into. He stuns into that red, just up and to the right of the black, and then he leave the red into the opposite corner pocket, but he's got to get a full ball. Well, I thought he was just going to play a little stun. He decided to go into the pack. Quite unusual type of shot, wasn't it?
24.
Yeah, I thought he might just softly go into that red. He possibly felt like he could have got a cover up. I mean, usually if you disturb loads of red, you get a nicer leave than this.
Another wonderful long red. That was a wonderful close-up, wasn't it, of his back arm? I mean, you could see it. You could see it sort of shake a little bit when he has that sort of
Green ball.
He has that little sort of mannerism, hasn't he? But it doesn't affect his cueing. I mean, he knocked that beautiful long red in.
Piston like that was just absolutely ramrod straight through the ball. What a statement of intent for the tournament this is. I'm not just talking about this
20.
round. Coming out the blocks looking as sharp as this is a very nice feeling. Okay, there's a long way to go, we know. And so far, doing a very good job here, really punishing Matt Selt for a couple of big errors in the first frame after having the advantage. He won't be feeling so relaxed as he looked at the start of this match. So he's got to sit and suffer at the moment now.
31. Got
a bit lucky there. A wry smile from Matt Selt in his seat there. You knew it was a poor route that or direction that the cue ball took there, and should never have been anywhere near that red. Still not perfect, but should be able to fashion something.
Just a wonderful shot as well, just the control of the cue ball there at such an angle. Yeah, he's really, as I said, starting off with real purpose here, Mark Selby.
Ken, he plays that soft screw so well, doesn't he? Sort of just goes through the cue ball very slowly. It's a tough thing to do. Sort of on occasions players would be accused of decelerating,
40.
as it's called. It seems quite to perfection.
That's not too bad. He's got a red into the right centre pocket.
47.
Already a 47-point lead, so I won't have to worry about the safe reds, right and left side cushions. Matt Selt only broke off in this frame, and since that 40 break, and sat in his chair just admiring what his opponent is doing at the moment.
56.
All the years you were playing here, Steve, and in your opponent, like
63.
when you started out, you know, at the World Championship, your first match, second match, what would be in your targets? So what would you be trying to do early on to your
64.
to lay down a marker like the way Selby is here?
I've got to say, the first round was always a panic. I always felt, you know, even if you were the favourite, a lot of times
67.
didn't really come out of the starting blocks firing as well as this. Mark's nickname's more the Terminator at the moment than the Jester. He really does look like a machine out there.
68.
Very focused, very much in control, and it is a nervy match, isn't it? In a season, this first round match, it can go wrong.
Yeah, I think, you know, you start off at the World Champion, your first round, you always, you know, you're always feeling a little bit nervous because you always want to
75.
get that first win under your belt, and then you feel you're in the tournament because best of 25 second round.
76.
This is well, you couldn't have hoped for a better start than this.
'83. Mark Selby, 83, and a free.
That's Selt off for a well-needed break. Mark Selby goes into an impressive two-frame lead here.
Wide as you can, please. Thank you. The third frame. Mark Selby to break.
Good opener. I don't think he's going to be on a ball colour. Well, he's on the yellow. It's not a bad choice to take this yellow on into this bottom right corner pocket. Good opening pot, considering he's been sat in his chair for a good frame and a half. So you can take this on, and even if he misses it, he can leave it in the jaws of the pocket. So it's sort of a free shot, really. played it nicely. He's always going to be on this red. Now, can he pot the red and get on the black into this bottom right corner pocket? Ooh. Didn't want that kiss on the red and black. I'm sure the black was available into that right corner now. Oh, just trying to miss that red. Let's see, has he got enough of the black that he can stretch over and pot this? They're very, very close together. And he's got to be careful of the push shot.
I'm not sure what other alternatives Matt Selt had there. He could have played safe. Or maybe he thought that if he did pot the black, he would cannon into reds. As it was nowhere near that line.
Mathew Selt, 11.
I suppose in potting the black and not playing position, it's just equivalent of playing safe anyway, but
ball, miss.
Oh, this got to be careful. This cue ball doesn't want to leave a free ball. No, he's okay. He's putting it back
From here, okay.
from there. No, yeah, it's probably a little bit more difficult from there than it would have been. I'd have gone back. Here was the original, just missed the red. He's got to be careful here. Doesn't want to knock a red towards this bottom right corner pocket. But this has gone all wrong. Looks a little bit nervous out there, Steve. He hasn't really settled yet, has he?
yes, after messing up that opportunity in the first frame and then playing a poor safety shot as a follow-up, he's got himself under a bit of pressure here, Matt Selt. Mark Selby usually knows how to make that worse for his opponent. Not a good enough effort to keep on the black. Really need to get hold of that more. It's tough, especially with the stretching a bit.
I think that's the one thing about the Crucible, you know, for the qualifiers that come here, they've got to settle down very, very early, don't they, against the
Round ball.
against the big seeds. It's so important to get that first frame on the board.
Yeah. But the way that Matt Selt
Mark Selby, 1.
got himself out of position was was just a sort of decision making, wasn't it? He should have just overhit the positional shot. I know we're talking about a frame that's gone, but if he overhits the positional shot, perhaps he wins the first frame.
This is a better safety shot. He's got a good line behind the green here. Could get full cover. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, it's nice to catch one correctly, especially after being so far out with the safety shot the time before.
The safety, as I said, he's got to be on top form because he's up against, well, one of the grand masters of safety in the game. One of the best I think we've ever had. Such a clever player. He's only coming off 2 cushions here. He's trying to nestle in behind this red, just left of the black. He's got to judge it, doesn't want to go by it. Very good. You won't get much change, Mark Selby, particularly when you have him snookered. I mean, filleting snookers as well and getting out of them. Right up there, at the top of the tree. That puts pressure on you as well, doesn't it, Steve? I mean, if you're Matt Selt, you know, you can't really compete. You've got to try and eke out opportunities, so your safety has to be spot on, and you got to put as much concentration. That's what he's doing here now. He's trying to think, not just get the cue ball back to the ball area, but where can I get it? Most difficult for Mark Selby when he comes back to the table. Very important that. This looks pretty good if it gets behind the brown. This looks very good. What a shot this is. There you go. Try and get out of this one.
Flirted with the blue, but he knows he's got to be at his very best in that department, as you say, Ken. Sometimes you feel like you want a diamond drill bit on the end of your cue, not a piece of leather to break down Mark Selby.
Yeah, wonderful shot that, wasn't it? Nice touch, and that'll make him feel good now. There's Mark Selby going to get out of this. 1, 2, 3 cushions, lay into the reds just next to the black. Have a look at this. That's just brilliant. He's just so good at that. He's in control of Matt Selt.
The tactical part of the game is an area that Matt Selt is very adept in, so he won't be found out in that department. It's just whether or not he can score, really, when he's among the balls. Get the balance right. And that's not easy from 2-0 down. Got to be a bit careful here if he decides to hit thick on a red. Could be pushing a red towards the left corner. He's choosing against that, maybe playing the containing safety to the top cushion, maybe thin off another red. Missed one earlier.
Well, the miss.
The one before he put a bit of right hand side on. That one was just plain ball, but he needed to catch it thin. And he's left half a chance for Mark Selby, albeit a difficult one. Selt could have been tempted by that red to the left of the table as a pot, but decided against it. And as you said earlier, getting an error from Mark Selby is a rarity.
Yeah, you might have to wait for him to maybe miss a long ball or whatever, but for trying to force an error through safety is going to be quite difficult. Is he having a look at this long red? Oh, wonderful.
One.
Beautiful. Bit of cueing.
Six. Seven.
He's got a nice angle on the blue. Get down for the red below the pink. There's a couple of choices here. He'd like to get on those two reds just above the black at some stage. Don't know whether he's got enough angle on the blue to do that just now, but he has other choices there just below the pink. That's the one he's going to take. This time he can play on, well, pink may be available
12.
into the left centre. He could play on the black as well. Played on the pink.
Yeah, black would have been nicer in some ways, unless there's a problem where it respots. should be able to run through for the black here.
19.
Queuing's not easy. May have a problem.
Yeah, I think you were right there, Steve. I think black probably would have been easier than taking the pink there. It's a little bit awkward. He's very close to that red with the cue, and he's got to impart a little bit of left-hand side. And he's played it nicely. Yeah, very nice.
20.
So is that black spot occupied?
$27. 28.
'Makes sense, his choice of pink now, doesn't it? It's not easy to see.
34.
It's like a little practice routine, this. All reds in the open, just concentrating on pink into the centre and corner pockets.
35.
Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball here. There's an average shot time. It's not often you see Mark Selby down at 23 seconds a shot, but his cue ball has been so
41.
good. Breaks a 94.83. 41 and counting. This is the kind of start that you sort of dream of coming into the opening round of the World Championship. It's coming in, I suppose, a lot of talk about, you know, some of the other players, Steve. But, you know, Mark Selby has quietly gone about his business this season, and as I said, over the last couple of months, looked like he's coming back into a bit of form, and of course got that confidence back.
48. Keep the noise down, please. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a few people been tipping Mark Selby to go deep in this event, and I think they're justified on the strength of what we're seeing at the moment.
54. 55.
Well, there you see his putt success, 99%. Wow.
62.
Almost perfection. Even though the frame is one, you just watch the intensity. And Mark Selby here, his concentration and never weighing. He wants to putt all the balls, taking his time as if he needs them all.
68.
Because he's keeping his opponent in the chair.
$69.
No letting up whatsoever. That's what all the great players do. They want to put all the balls. I'd love to make a century here. Selt can do nothing. Just sit
75.
and wait for his chance.
$76.
Gone up for black this time. Get that back on its spot. century count last season was just a paltry 31 by his own standards. This season, 38. I'd like to add to that for sure here. 762 career centuries, and that tells you he's right up there with the best break builders in the business.
85. $92. $97.
Another granite frame of snooker from Mark Selby. And a thoroughly deserved 3-0 lead. He really has got Matt Selt in the hole here. Fantastic performance.
Mark Selby. Wide as you can, please. The match on the other side, thank you. Please keep the noise down.
Quiet down, please.
Happy with that shot. Caught the pink, but no harm done.
6.
Nice little flick. Perfect on the red.
is the pink spot available? Judd will be hoping
7.
it's not, because that will go on the black spot. Makes break building so much easier. Well, you can see the spot there, so it's going to be tight. Again, a couple of times so far today, reds look very nicely situated, but they're all sort of blocking one another. So it's not straightforward just yet.
Now, oh, there's plenty of room for the pink.
$13.
Now, Judd just seeing if the black will go to this left corner. It's tight. I don't think all the pockets available. Easy screw back for the blue. Yeah, didn't want to risk
14.
playing the black as it was. Now, if you could get on that red that's below the black, that would clear the path for the black to the left corner. And that's the one he's played on.
90. $20.
Has he just about got top side of the blue? Is he looking at the two reds as a plant? That will be useful. Makes being straight on the blue not an issue. Well, you can see they're not quite set, but if they're touching, you should be able to make them quite comfortably. But ideally, he'd like to have been top side of the blue there and played on one of the loose reds.
I think this can be made. As you say, Joe, they're touching. Well, practically. And if you hit the first red on the left-hand side, as Judd looks at it, it should push the second red to the right. And that's what he's pinning his hopes on here. Of course, he doesn't have to worry about position. If it goes in, it's going to be on the
25.
green. He's got to catch this first red thin on the left-hand side as he looks to push the second red to the right. And he got it.
$26.
Oh, this game. Unbelievable. As I say, he thinks, well, I forget the plant, I'm bound to be on the green. Unbelievable what can happen.
Judd 26.
That was very unlucky.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You have to put all your attention on knocking the plant in there. Look for all the world going to be on something, especially the green. But again, you don't have to win the frames in one visit. It's nice if you can. But if you come away from the table every time with your opponent tight behind a baulk colour, you're not going to do too bad at this game.
Yeah, particularly where the reds are spread. You do very well, Anthony. First of all, to find an escape route. He's looked at this red that's closest to the top cushion. Okay, if he nestled up to it, that would leave the cue ball in a safe position. But he'll do remarkably well here not to leave Judd some kind of pot to go at.
Well, we know when Anthony was younger, he spent a lot of time practicing with Alan McManus, who's known as Angles. He's going to need all that and more here to get out of this and not leave a red on. Yeah, like you say, John, this red closest to left corner. If you could land in behind that, ideal, but how do you get there? If he chooses to play the hit and hope, he's going to have to go off the baulk cushion, so it's going to be hard to generate enough pace.
Well, asking for the extended rest, so he's going to come off the baulk cushion. The only thing is, the way I'm looking at this, and it's just my view from where I am, if he's trying to get to that red we're talking about closer to the top cushion, the bump of the middle pocket gets in the way for me. We'll see. It's a tough snooker. And his hopes of having any chance of winning this frame is pinned on this. Well, is he going to play the hit and hope? He could be. Well, no, he's playing for the delicate one. He's missed the bump in the middle. But he's nowhere near hitting the red, so...
Foul and a miss.
He'll be put back for so. As I say, that middle pocket is just in the way of the perfect escape, it seems to me.
Yeah, and the way he played that was almost like he was giving himself a little sighter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, short of pace, just to see if the angle's on. As soon as he hit the ball there, he come off the shot and looked at the path just to see if the angle's on. So I'm with you, John. I'm not 100% sure. He's playing it with a touch of side to straighten it up off the top cushion because, like you, I think the middle pocket is in the way.
I'll tell you the danger, Red, as well. The one that's just up and to the left of the black. If he misjudges this two cushions, he's trying to hit this red near the top cushion using three cushions, but if he just judges it wrong and catches that red to the left of the black, well, that'll leave the cue ball in a position where there'll be 2 or 3 reds for Judd to go at. So, not easy, this.
Foul and a miss.
And of course, because he's snookered on all the balls, he can have as many goals as he's needed here.
Also, the difference here, he's playing the shot and looking at the path of the cue ball, but the harder he hits this, the cue ball's going to come off at a different direction. Because of the slide of the cushions, the harder you hit them. He's going to hit the red John was talking about. He is, but he's grazed off it. So did he intend that? I think he did in the end. I think he realised the shot way to play wasn't on and changed his mind. Good shot.
Yeah, and absolutely, as you say, the first attempt was a bit of a sighter, and he realised he was getting close to that red. Benefit the doubt. Good shot. Judd, in that time, just intent on trying to leave a ball safe. Because that's been the problem. When Judd has had these leads, all the reds have been in the open, ready for the counter-attack. Went for the pot. Now, is he going to leave anything? Does this red pass the green? Doesn't look like from that angle, but Judd's having a very close look. Could possibly going off the green. Looks like he's desperate to want to play it.
Yeah.
But after what went in the last frame, and could have done in the frame before, he'll be very wary of leaving Anthony McGhill a chance here. I think it will go in off the green. Oh, and it went, but only to the green. But one of those that you felt that if you just sit it a little bit thick, the green would help it into the pocket, but as it happened, that's perfect. And the main reason is because it leaves the green in a nice potable position. So one good positional shot, and he could go to the mid-session interval, just one behind, and fair to say, job done. Because that would have been his target. He's overhit this.
4.
Okay, he's got a red to the right corner, but not automatic position. Work to do with the cue ball once again.
It's amazing, though, John, in it. On another day, you just have a nice half ball angle on this red. Wasn't easy.
5.
Done well to get there, but just seems every time he's looking to just put the frame away. It's little obstacles. This is a thin one if he wants to cut the black back. Yeah, I think what happened in the last frame, just making Judd think a little. Just needed a slight bit of angle on that red there.
Blue.
Would have been no
Blue
problem
ball.
at all. So looking to put the blue safe. Hoping the green blocks that red in bulk.
Judd trump 5.
So if Anthony does get the chance, he could still clear the table, obviously, but it's going to be a bit more difficult than the last frame. Red next to the black, potable, but Cubal's going to run into the black, so no idea where it's going, so looking to bring this red into play, get a good cue ball. Doesn't want to go in off.
Much too thin. If it doesn't go well, it's not going to hit the brown and going off. Fortunate there was Judd. Caught the first red too thin. Second red helped him out. Mistake from Anthony. If it had got close to the pot, I don't think he'd have hit the second red. But it much too thin. Chance for Judd Trump now. Just can't reach it. Now we know he does switch and play shots right-handed, but this is a very important shot. Doesn't want to risk it right-handed, it seems. Gonna try it with the extension. full stretch. Yeah. He's got it and he's on the pink. So surely this is frame winning opportunity that he will not let go of. $56 points the lead.
7.
59 remaining. Just this red required.
8.
And I said a few moments ago about job done, because that would have been his goal, win 3 of the first 4. He could have won all 4, but could have, should have, doesn't matter.
14.
He's right back in it now.
15.
And although, Joe, he's not winning in one visit, as you say, cue him well.
Yeah, if I'm in Judd Trump's corner, Judd Trump fan, I'd be very impressed, very
22.
happy with what I've seen so far today, and I'd be pretty confident coming back after the mid-session interval.
23.
He's looked very positive, very assured around the table, a bit more like his usual self.
Just missed the cannon.
30.
Yeah, Anthony will be a little bit disappointed, particularly with that frame when he missed the easy red, when he had a chance of a counter-attack. How costly in the grand scheme of things would that have been? But anyway, it is what it is. Judd Trump got the start he wanted this final session, but Anthony McGhill still leads 7 frames to 6, all to play for.
That's if he hasn't broken it. Come on. James, come on. Come on. James, over. Go.